Stay tuned to this video to learn how to write a cover letter. Way back in the olden days in the 1980s, you would typically apply for a job in person. You could speak to the manager, turn in your application materials, and they could get to know you a little bit. Well, in 2021, job searching is largely done online, and especially now more than ever since the COVID-19 pandemic. So how does a hiring manager or recruiter get to know you a little bit? Well, enter the cover letter. The cover letter is essentially the conversation that would take place if you went to apply for a job in person. Think of the natural course of conversation when you meet someone for the first time. After you introduce yourself, you talk a little bit about your background, your skills, your achievements, and then you wrap it up with a thank you. Sounds a little bit like the information that goes into your elevator pitch. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure you do that right after this. So the cover letter is a one-page document formatted specifically to look like a business letter, and oftentimes your first impression with an employer. You want to make sure you pique their interest enough to where they will want to read your resume. So let's dive into the content of the cover letter itself. First is the header. Your header should match your resume and the rest of your career documentation exactly. This is an attention to detail thing. It's one of the ways that they can form an opinion about you right off the bat. Underneath the header is today's date. Optimal Resume is always updating this for you, so if you're using Microsoft Word, make sure you don't forget this part. Next, we have the reader's information. So this would be the hiring manager, the recruiter, whoever is giving you the job. Take the extra 3 minutes to look on Google or do a LinkedIn search, call the admin and see who you should address the cover letter to. It's a minimal effort for a maximum payoff. Taking the time to get a name shows a potential employer that you're willing to go above and beyond. In the world of first impressions, this is great. Never ever address it to whom it may concern. Next is the body of the cover letter, and there are 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is your introduction. It should be about 4 to 5 sentences long. And here you'll state which position you're applying for, why you're interested in it, or maybe why you would be a good fit. Then you'll get into the main body of the letter. This middle paragraph should be your longest and biggest and may even be split up into 2. Should be about 8 to 10 sentences long, in which you'll explain relevant and related skills and experience. Use the job description to guide what you're writing here. Don't tell them what you want them to know. Tell them what they want to know. Show how you're a good fit. Show what you're bringing to the table and any other qualifications that you may have. And then finally, you'll wrap it up. You'll include some sort of gratitude statement like, thank you for reading, I appreciate the opportunity, etc. And you'll include a follow-up. Put in your phone number and email again and reference the resume or any other attachments that you might have. And that's it. You've written a cover letter. Once you write that first one, it gets easier and easier. You can always recycle and reuse some of the same information and same formatting, but you always want to make sure that it's personalized each time you send it out, to each person, to each company, to each position. And of course, if you need assistance with cover letters or anything else, Career Services is here to help. Visit mssu.edu/career for more.